what's going on the air. Looks like he's going everywhere with his pet Jenny and his Blue Dot family. Travis is his tech guy. Put that blue dot in the sky. On his first Naruto run, looked like this blue dot was having fun. He is not a mouse. Moved from the shop to the house with Marsha and his clan. This blue dotty looked like he was having fun. Looked like this blue dotty is gonna run. He likes to say every day in his own special way. Are you shitting me? And he loves his Blue Dot family. We love John, he is the man. And we love this special clan. We are a Blue Dot family. And we like to...
It's Thursday, baby. Wow, I'm coming in hot. It's Thursday, baby. I'm glad you're here. Thank you again, T.W. Travis, for our opening song there, and Challenger Network for our artwork right there. Anyway, I'm trying to get my shit together. I don't always have my shit together, do I? This is our third live night in a row. I want to thank Twizzle Snizzle for jumping in. Of course, he's in there. We appreciate him rewording. Dennis Condrey, George Murray, Linda Douglas, Ravenhawk, Navy Rocks, I like that name, Judy, and Patricia Johnson. It's flipping by. Val Wood, how you doing, baby? I'm glad you're there. Linda Douglas, all of y'all, I'm so happy y'all are here. It's Thursday, baby. It's time for another Blue Dot family meeting, and we always have shit to talk about here, and today is no different. Boy, howdy. Today, Nancy Pelosi stepped out there and I guess made it official now. She told the judicial, she told Nadler, just go ahead with articles of impeachment. So now we have finally reached that pinnacle of are we going to do it? Yeah, we do it. Everybody knew it was coming. It's not a big surprise. Some reporter in there tried to interrupt or throw a question at her about, are you doing this just because you hate Donnie? And she jumped all over his ass. Ask the rest of us that. I'll be the first one to answer. Hell yes, I hate him. But that's besides the point. That is not the point of anything. And that's the narrative that the right is over there trying to push. We're just doing this because we hate Donnie. And we think it was Hillary got a raw deal, didn't she should have been president, whatever. All of that is besides the point. The point of the matter is his activity since he became president and leading up to his presidency shows him, in my opinion, to be nothing less than a traitor to his country. He has violated his oath of office. It seems every time I turn around, everything he's trying to do benefits Russia in one way or another. Who's somebody out there on his team was, I don't know, can't say. Somebody was out there yakking about how great Russia is. We ought to improve relations with Russia. Some talking head Republican shit. And that's the same shit Donnie's been pushing ever since he got on the scene. We need to be friends with Russia. We need to pal up with Russia. Let's make easy things with Russia. It's his whole mantra. And now he's found himself in the middle of an impeachment because he was caught violating his oath of office. He was caught trying to extort a foreign leader for his own benefit. All of that is all evidence in the hearings And yet every Republican is still standing. Hell, not only every Republican, and this just pisses me off. What's his name again here? Representative Jeff Van Drew is in the news again today. He is the Democrat out of New Jersey, and he's the one that pisses me off the other day because he's not going to vote for any articles of impeachment. No. That's what he says. I'm not going to do it. That's the little asshole. Somebody needs to primary the shit out of this guy in New Jersey, whatever district Atlantic City is in. That's the district that needs to produce somebody to get this ass licker out of our party. Because that's all he is. He's doing this because he's been buddy-buddy with Donnie all his life. I'm sure he got more than one little old paycheck from him probably when Donnie was in there with his casinos and shit. I don't trust him. He's already come out, I'm not voting on articles of impeachment after all this evidence. And the reason is he doesn't want to see the country torn apart. You know, that's what irritates me, all this bullshit that the right, and right now, Rudy Giuliani is over in the Ukraine still trying to dig up some story, some news, some bomb that they can throw out there to say, see, when this has already been investigated. Some asshole at one of Joe Biden's thing calling him out for a bunch of bullshit. That's Republican talking points. And it's furthering in our own party. And it's enough to make old Van Drew here just pucker up his panties and get on his knees for Donnie, I guess. Because he's not upholding his constitutional duty. He's not looking at the evidence in front of him. He's looking at, oh, look at me. I got a picture of him over here. Me and him been hugging for years. It disgusts me. No integrity. Anybody not seeing this, I question your integrity because it's there for all of us to see. And this, there's going to be more evidence that's going to come out. Nunes now is under investigation. Jesus, his ass is all over this with Rudy Giuliani and Lev Parnas and people in Ukraine. In my book, baby, it is a conspiracy from word go. The crime family started the minute this asshole threw his hat in the ring. Then the little rats came out of the holes and gathered around him after he won because, oh, Lordy, he's got a following now. He's inspired people with hate, with division. And here we are. Anyway, just pisses you off every day to watch this nation have to go through such. When the facts are there, when we are watching the Republican Party turn a blind eye, willing to destroy this republic for the benefit of what? To keep your ass in power? To maybe get you a little more wealthy than you are already? Hell, look through our Congress and our senators. There ain't too many of them in there. Ain't a millionaire, baby. Unless they just got there. Give them time. They'll be that in no time. Anyway, let's turn to our panel and welcome our moderators. They're all in the room tonight. Hello, Dennis. How you doing?
How's it going, John?
Pretty good, buddy. Hanging on to the weekend. How are you?
Oh, I'm ready for the weekend.
I am too, buddy. I'm ready for Saturday to roll around. I got plans, mow my grass and shit like that. Thing that I can chill out doing. We want to thank you for being here. And Velda?
I'm doing just fine.
Good. Getting cranked for the weekend? A little what?
Getting a little ticked off at our orange pumpkin in our house.
Yeah, every damn day. You know, there's times I get angry, and then there's times that and I think I'm in one right now, and it's a deep-seated just, like what the hell are we putting up with? It is saddening. It's heartbreaking to watch is what it is. Because this is a country I serve. This is a country I believe in. And I'm watching people that claimed to be so patriotic being so willing to tear it down. But
the thing I'm pissed off about is the new, come April 1st, which is a ha-ha day, and I think he planned it that way. Ha-ha, the joke's on the American people. 750,000 will be without food stamp.
Yeah. Mine and Mama's anniversary. We'll remember that. Yeah. There's things also happening. That's right. That's one of them. It's a new work plan that they
And-
have, and it's going to kick 750,000 people off of that. That's almost 1 million people. That
See, they took away that law that said that if you are in an area where you're depressed, where you don't have
yeah, where
jobs,
there's no jobs.
then you don't have to do the work and get food.
Well, they just need to pull their
Have to go-
bootstraps up and start their own company. Right, Bernadette?
That's right.
How are you, dear?
You know, y'all get to work because other than that, how you gonna eat?
Yeah, that's just it.
This is the hand of that demon seed,
Oh, I knew,
Stephen
I knew you
Miller.
was going to say that name as
Oh,
soon
don't
as
even
you
get me
said
started on that
Demon
asshole.
Seed. That's him, I'm telling you. A Nazi, if I ever saw one, I swear. He just looks the part. He would have fit right in there next to Goebel and all the rest of them in there, I swear. But yeah,
Oh,
that's the signs that of what the Republican Party sees is acceptable. Where millionaires and billionaires get big tax cuts, in the very, very poor, in depressed areas where there is no work, are going to get cut out of food stamps because, well, they're just leeches on society, not like all them corporations who get billions in subsidies or tax loopholes. It doesn't matter, I am worried. I'm worried about a lot of things, and that's where my head is right now. Because I'm also looking at, I hope all y'all had a chance to see our brilliant Attorney General, William Barr, talking about those who don't respect the police, maybe you just won't get protection. Think about that. Is he talking about some suburb? No. He's talking about inner cities. He's talking about he's talking about black communities.
What communities exactly?
Yeah, that would be the black communities. That's exactly what he was talking about. He didn't say it.
Hey, I'm just asking the family. Y'all could call a thing a thing. That is not going to offend anybody if you just call a thing a thing.
And
I'll
that's
be
a thing.
the first one to say, William Barr, the police are not there to give protection. They're there to protect and serve.
Yeah. His comments is a slap in the face to organizations like Black Lives Matter that started after we have seen so many deaths.
We ain't going back.
Yeah, way back. Let's go. And right now in the news, what's in the news? Who's that asshole? Trayvon Martin's killer, or what's his George?
George Zimmerman.
Yeah, George Zimmerman. He's filed
guy.
a lawsuit against Trayvon Martin's family
For
$100
$100
million, baby. That's in your face shit. That's in your face. This man who strapped on a gun and went looking for a reason to use it and found it is now going to sue.
That's not the worst of it, John. He auctioned off that gun.
Oh, yeah.
He
He was proud of that. Hey, this is the gun that did it. This is the gun.
$250,000 fucking dollars he got for that shit too.
This is the gun that did
You
it.
know,
You can buy it.
if
Scum.
if you live by that shit, may you die by that shit.
I don't-
you know what?
That's the side he's on.
His karma is coming back to his
Oh yeah, I
ass.
was just fixing to say that his karma will be coming back to him.
It
Thank
better.
I mean, he did even after that trial was over. He got in a couple.
Yes, he's been had
incidents.
several incidents. He's
And
a
it's-
hothead asshole who likes to walk around with a gun in his hand. And I know people like this. They're looking for an opportunity to use it. They're hoping every day that then they walk out when they strap that thing on and down here. Yeah, but you have to strap that gun right on there, baby. Show everybody you got a gun. Look at there, you're a badass. That's the object here.
I remember that whole case. Being right here in Florida.
Oh, yes.
With it all where it all happened, and Benjamin Crump, he's not only suing the parents, but he's suing the legal team, that were involved with him, which is Benjamin Crump. His offices are here in Tallahassee. His offices have been here forever, and it's just that's close to home for me. And what we went through down here in Florida with all that shit, is just it pisses me off.
Well,
that
Florida's
guy's
had
just
several cases with the stand your ground law.
Oh yeah. That's one of the problems. One of the biggest.
You know, it basically gives any citizen the right to, if you even feel threatened, whip out your gun and shoot whoever it is. We saw it in the parking lot of that store when that old boy got his ass knocked on the ground because he was sitting there giving. If it was my wife, you giving shit like that to my wife when I walk up, fuck yeah, you're gonna end up on the goddamn ground. That's all there is to it.
But there was a lady here in Florida. I can't remember her name right now. A black lady. She had been getting abused by her husband, and she fired a warning shot into the air.
Yeah.
They gave her 20 years.
20 years, baby.
Now, where was the stand your ground? Where was that law for her?
Well,
she's still sitting in prison.
Yeah.
For 20 years because she fired a warning shot.
Try to get out.
Yeah.
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 He didn't even get shot. Just fired a warning shot. That was enough.
Yeah.
You know, that's the injustice that brings us organizations like BLM and others because of things that aren't. They're not. We have I'm sorry, a word escapes me. Systematic racism. It is in everything we have. It's in the police department. It's in our military. It's in our court systems. It's everywhere because they are everywhere. All these things reflect our population. So if they're in the population, they're in every part of the population. They're a part of every organization. And we have seemed to slip away from the moral code, unspoken code, that kept these cockroaches in their place, that kept them hidden, where they met with their little buddies in secret little garages so they could jack off while they talked shit to each other. I don't know. It just, but it's there. So it has to be addressed, and that's the only way we can get out of there. So anyway, I don't want another rat. I noticed there was somebody in the room, and I don't believe we met before, so I want to welcome her, Catwoman.
Catwoman.
Hi, Don.
Hi, how are you doing, dear?
I'm fine. Well, as fine as can be expected.
Well, we hope that's pretty good. Have you been in the room before, or am I mistaken?
No, I have not.
This is the first time in?
I did once, but you were already off.
Oh, well, there you go. That's my life. When my boat comes in, I'll be at the airport.
I'm going through chemo right now, so my apples are all goofy and everything's up in the air.
Boy, howdy. I'm so sorry to hear that. We have several of our Blue Dot members now that are going through similar situations. So it just saddens our heart to know that you're having to endure that also. But we encourage you on, dear. We support you.
It's just another bump in life.
That's, it sucks, and it ain't going to be pretty, but you're right. It's something that you have to look at, that this is just something you have to go through. Ain't going to be fun. Nobody's going to like it.
Yeah.
But you have to get through it to the other side. Whereabouts in the country are you?
In Missouri.
In Missouri. Hey, that's a beautiful country up in there.
I live in Sedalia, Missouri.
And that is near south?
It's between St. Louis and Kansas City.
Close to Randy?
He's up north. He's further up north.
Oh, so you're in the southern part of Missouri.
I'm kind of more in the central part of Missouri.
Okay. I drove through there.
I was just down in your state here last week.
Oh, you were in Texas?
Yeah, I was.
Well, I kind of thought the air smelled a little sweeter.
See, my daughter moved down there to Elmont.
Elmont?
Yeah. I had to go over there and pick her up.
Well, for a visit?
I thought about it. Had I had time, I would have called and maybe we could have done lunch or something.
Oh, that would have been beautiful. I have had the opportunity to meet several Blue Dots. It's a treat every time we do, because the family has grown so much, and I look forward to having another Blue Dot family hookup meeting again when we get Dennis in that again.
Absolutely.
Somewhere central, but yes, I've been up in your part of the country. It's beautiful up in there. I thought northern Arkansas and southern Missouri were just, beautiful.
Oh,
up
it's
there.
in the fall.
Yeah, it's just gorgeous.
The tree colors. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we don't get that down here. I get leaves that fall all year long. My live oaks, I don't care what time of year it is, it's dumping leaves on the ground.
Wow.
Stays that way all year. I'm surrounded by them though. But yeah, no, we have traveled several times up through that area, and went near Branson. Didn't go to Branson. Drove near it though. Hey, look at there, Branson. Well, been here. That's about it.
That's you. Yep, Branson. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I would have loved to have stopped. You know, there's a lot of shows they have there, and you know, I probably would have enjoyed it, but I just didn't have the opportunity to do that when we drove through there. But
Yep, they got the Dolly one down there.
yeah,
Oh, they've got the Christmas light stuff going on right now.
ain't it time? It's that time of season. I got
Yeah.
turn on our Christmas lights. Forgot my tree lights.
How about that? Here,
Yeah,
hang
I
on.
forgot to turn on my.
I got my lights on.
I got my my decorations on there. My oyster shells with my donkey and my goat. I got my blue dot angel that Deborah Gerlach made for us, and I know several other blue dots have them out there too. But yeah, we're all cranked up. How's everything? How's the thought up there in Central Missouri? Are you confident in the state that y'all gonna go with Donnie? I mean, go with the. Go with
Yeah,
go vote
go
blue.
with-
I'm sorry, go with Donnie. Are you shitting me?
the majority of the state will probably go Donnie.
Yeah.
I will never go Donnie.
Well, we appreciate that thought. That's us. You know, my state. You know, I'm in a red state, so you know, but we keep trying. You know, we keep pushing that boulder up the hill, baby. That's what we have to do. And to
I
get
don't know.
us
I
there.
feel like we went a little purple this last
I do,
election.
too.
I
Yeah,
feel
we're-
like we
I
were
would
closer to
consider-
ever being purple than
I'd consider
ever,
us
so-
more purple than anything else.
I'm still red.
Are
So
are
am I.
yeah,
State.
Yeah,
still
me
red.
too.
yeah. Everybody does it
Or-
with a sigh.
or- yeah. It's like an AA
It is.
meeting,
It's-
except
Yeah.
You know, I keep hoping it's going to change just because of the outright blatant failures of this man. The evidence presented in the Intelligence Committee it stares you in the face. The only reason we don't have direct witnesses is because they're withholding the witnesses, and that's what they're claiming. Oh, you're going too
Yep.
fast, and we can't. You know, we need to slow down. We need to. You know, he wants to slow down till December of 2021 or some shit like that. That's what he wants, and that's what their game is just going to keep denying and everything and trying to keep the Republicans in line. I'm worried about the damn Democrats after, you know, I keep reading about that guy because he's running his mouth, this Van Drew or whatever his name is out in New Jersey. He keeps running his mouth to the press about how it's not right that we're impeaching him. Are you shitting me?
Has
You know-
he read the Constitution?
I'm sorry?
Has he bothered to read the Constitution?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he gives a shit what it means. He's more worried about, we're split the country. He's more worried because evidently Donnie's got something on his ass and probably had it on him before he became president. So he's got this guy locked in his pocket. That's what I believe. But his whole, you know, he hasn't even heard the articles of impeachment. He's voting against them. Of course, we all know what they're going to be, so I can't fault him for that. But he's getting out there in front of the press as much as he can just to make the statement that it's not all the Democrats. You know, it's me and all the rest of them. You know, it pisses me off because the Republicans have closed rank. There is nobody over there on the Republican side saying, well, maybe I do see a little bit. No. So far, we haven't seen that.
I think Donnie's got shit on a lot of them.
That's what I think. I swear.
I mean, you know how Lindsey Graham started acting. I mean, there ain't no telling when he was over there and him and Putin had that little secret meeting.
Yeah.
What could have, he come back and said, well, hey, I was over there and Putin told me this about you, and now we know this about you. So you just got to kiss my ass or suffer the consequences.
And I point to Lindsey Graham. When Lindsey Graham Lindsey Graham came back from his July 4th visit over there to Moscow, he came back a changed man.
Oh yeah.
You know, why do I have the feeling that hasn't been looked into enough? You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't think it has.
Like, because we bring this up
Yeah.
on the show a lot, but, you know, throughout all the
That's right.
things that have been brought up during this whole entire
Ever
hearing.
since he went over there and came back, that's
Yeah.
right after John McCain's death and everything. Yeah, he came back a changed man. He is up Donnie's butt ever since,
Yeah.
trying to please the master ever since then.
I mean, he's always been a weasel, but this is still out of character for at least previous characters.
Here's
so
a little
much.
bit of news, though. Ought to make us feel a little bit better, because that's one vote that's canceled, and that is the House Ethics Committee has informed Duncan Hunter he can no longer vote after his guilty plea in his trial on embezzling money from his campaign.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he can't vote anymore, so scratch one Republican crook, so he can't
You know-
do it anymore.
The thing that I find that's very funny is that I've got two over here, Bozeman and Cotton. And Cotton was making a lot of words a couple of years ago,
Right?
but I haven't heard word one from either one of them on anything anywhere.
Right.
They've ducked and covered.
Yeah. They're trying to hide. Because what are they going to say? You know, the reporters are going to ask the questions. And they're going to have to answer them on right in front of God and everybody if they come out. I swear most of them are trying to hide. Trying to stay away from the press as much as they want. And the only ones that's not are the ones that seem to be complicit in this shit. Lindsey Graham being one of them. Somebody wrote him a letter the other day to, I can't remember what it was, who it was. Somebody wrote, one of the congressmen wrote Lindsey Graham a letter saying to please subpoena Adam Schiff's phone records. You know, they're doing everything they can to project that this is all a democratic, deep state, secret society. Of course, that's us. Effort to remove a sitting president that we just hate. That's the narrative that they sell over there on that side. And it makes it difficult because, I watched, I don't know what this lady's name. Geez, I wanted to just. Marsha,
Oh, God, no.
Marsha, did you remember her name? Whatever it
No,
was.
and I'm not going to bother giving her the time of day either.
God,
That woman was
lady was
sad.
sad. She was an older woman. It sounded like she was up in New England or something. She's standing in front of a bunch of concrete angels. And
She was doing a
a
rant
rant against Nancy Pelosi for the comment she made today.
and baby killer Democrats.
And baby killer Democrats, and how how Nancy Pelosi is not a Catholic. You are not a Catholic, and just on and on about. I don't know how long that thing was. Probably
Too fucking long.
yeah, it's the opposite of me. But this lady was just going nuts on everything, and oh Lord, it's.
I'm pretty sure we'll see it.
Yes, she does,
Yes,
baby.
she did.
Sad thing. It was that video was out
Got
for
a lot of nerve telling somebody else whether they're Catholic or not.
Amen to that.
in 2 hours. She had over
Had to be the first one
14,000
goes there.
views.
Bernadette, in and
I'm
out.
not surprised by.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
What? You okay?
That's nasty.
Did you just have a stroke?
no,
You gave me a look, and I'm like,
no.
What's wrong?
I was distracted, and then I lost my train of thought. And
I hate it
forgot.
when that happens.
I do. I hate it when that happens. I was right in the middle of saying something. Shit.
You kind of scared me there. Like, you gave me a look, and I'm like, what? You all right?
Well,
Where did I go?
yeah. Where did I go? I walked off the deep end.
It's been
anyway.
5 years. Trump's been out of the office.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. I've been asleep. That's what. Rip Van Winkle. I wish if it was
Oh,
that easy.
wouldn't you like to wake up tomorrow and all this shit
Oh, this
be
be a
over
dream.
and
Oh,
he's
it'd be
just
great.
gone?
Yeah.
And there's a dispensary right down the road. Just
Yeah.
so you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that ain't happened. We just got that discussion a while ago with somebody. I'm surrounded by states where it's legal. Texas will be the last place it's going to be legal.
Yeah.
This is I've said it for a long time. It's going to be the last place because we suck off the tit of the drug war money. the federal government doles out. So
I want the moderators to know that I'm going to be handing flight controls for 10 minutes to Dad really quick. Something
yeah?
just came up. Yeah, so I'm just letting you know. I'm going to be back in just a few minutes. I got to take care of business.
all
All
right.
right.
So
Handle your business, son.
I'm flying low.
You're flying solo.
I'm flying solo. I don't even
Just
Don't
don't
worry,
touch
though. I'll be
nothing,
back.
John.
You don't
Yeah,
have to
that's
touch
right.
anything.
Don't touch
Don't
nothing.
worry
Yeah,
about it.
he put the mouse down over here, and I'm looking
That's
at it
just
going,
in case of
"Nah,
emergency.
I don't
Break
think
the
I wanna-"
glass if you need it, but if you don't touch it.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, no, I just got to go to the bathroom.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
I didn't want to be that personal on the air, but I think we're all
What it
friends,
was,
right?
can't hold it. Jesus, what's wrong with you, son? I taught you better than that shit.
I mean, this chair
Anyway.
doesn't have the adapters that I need to
I
just do
see
everything
BB's
here,
out
so-
there, Grim's out there, Peter S., Cassie Hicks is out there, Debbie Craddock, Jesus.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah. What's that, Bernadette?
John.
Yes, ma'am.
Be pre on the chat is me.
Oh, is it?
Hello.
Oh. Well, see, you have to point that out to everybody right here on the
Hey
front.
there, John.
Look at that idiot. He don't even know who he's talking to out there. No, I didn't know that was you.
Okay.
Now I do. Hi, Bernadette.
Hi, John.
How are you, baby? Oh man, I see Miss Nomad is out there. She says, "Yep, my passenger complained about me. My boss said to shut him up and to get time to get my old passenger back. I needed to take an extended vacation until January. I hope you enjoy your vacation and try to stay out of whatever hassling you. So kick back and relax." Anyway, Teresa Diggum, I got that one right, didn't I? Okay. Hey, Leo, are you in the room, buddy?
You know I am.
No, I can't because actually he put the screen all the way down. I can't see who the hell's in there. But I thought
so
that
you're
was the last thing he did was I saw him move you. So, how are you
that
doing?
deaf, dumb and blind kid.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I prefer to fly blind, just flying by radar, baby. So, how's everything out there at Biker Wisdom?
Oh, today was hell.
Oh yeah.
But, well, yesterday and today, we had the blessing yesterday of picking up our little surprise. I assume you saw what the surprise I was talking about
I
was.
think I seen a new dog.
You did, and it's Rachel's real sister. They are
Oh,
litter mates.
is that right? Boy,
Yep.
howdy shit.
I found out about it 2 minutes after I got done with a conversation with Valerie about all the reasons we need to wait because she wanted another Weimaraner.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding this. 2 minutes. The guy that I got Rachel from sends me a message. I know it's real soon, but are you guys thinking about another Weim? And here I was thinking that he was talking about puppies,
Right.
that Rachel's mom and dad got pregnant again. But no, it's
It's
one of
Rachel's.
her litter mates went out to another household, and their child turned out to be deathly allergic with asthma, and so
Oh.
they had to. He had to take her back, and
All right.
so we drove it's about 5.5 hours one way.
Whoa. Yeah.
Got her. It was pretty special, and she's fitting in. But
Good.
on the way home, the battery went out. The battery was going to go out on anyway, and it finally did. It was on its last legs. But then the light came on again, and we had to nurse it the whole way home with a new battery.
Oh.
We made it, but I spent the whole day today changing the alternator on that
Oh,
piece of shit.
Lordy. Yep. That's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a great day, but
Yeah.
everybody settled down pretty well. Oh, the other thing was we got home last night and we had barely sat down after this excruciating drive,
All right.
and Valerie gets a call that her mom has been ambulanced to the hospital.
Oh, shit.
Oh hell.
Now she's got COPD and it's getting pretty late. So she's recovering. Things are.
Yeah.
She ain't dead yet.
Yeah.
But it's it was, and it wasn't a damn thing we could do about it.
It wasn't the COPD this time, though. She had a stomach upset and could not keep anything down.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. So
Is that you, Valerie?
prayers for those that will.
Valerie, is that you back there, bud?
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. Keeping that guy in line, are you?
That's kind of impossible.
We're counting on you, baby. We're counting on you.
Okay. I'll try not to let you down.
There you go. Appreciate it. No, well, we're happy to shit that you got that. Rachel's got her sister. That's
Yep, her
cool.
name's Molly. Oh, that's another cool thing about. I didn't know my mother's name is Mary.
Right.
I didn't really know that till I was almost a teenager because her family called her Molly.
Molly.
Yep. So we got our own Molly here, and it all just got put in our laps. Right. You know, I know you're not a person of faith that way, John, but I am.
Yeah.
Every now and then, God talks, and you listen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you're getting, as I always say, just because I'm not doesn't mean that I'm right. The only place I get in line is when it spreads over into the law.
Yep. Oh yeah.
But,
And I totally, that I understand that.
Yes.
So how the hell is everybody after all of this impeachment bullshit? 'Cause
Oh
it's
man,
bullshit.
we're not the next hearing is going to be, I guess, on Monday, and they'll start bringing in witnesses and start writing up the articles of impeachment, I guess, and producing the witnesses. And I don't know, I keep thinking in the back of my head that where's the cavalry? Where is John Bolton?
I got a feeling that you're going to be waiting a long
Yeah,
time.
that's what I'm afraid of. That we're waiting on somebody who just wants to sell a book, just like every other freaking Republican out there. They talk a good line about patriotism and they love our country and all this bullshit, but they screw it over for a heartbeat for a book, and they're all waiting until this is all gone, and there's going to be 100 freaking books written about this asshole.
John.
And as bad as the precedent that it's setting, and that's one thing that it's doing, it's setting a precedent.
Oh shit.
As bad as that shit is, and as guilty as any of us can see that he is, that they did have a conspiracy, that they were trying to, peddle influence.
Right.
As bad as that is, you still got 50% of the country saying, "So what?"
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's what that's what gets to me. Well, no. I'm gonna walk you back on that one. It's not 50% of the country. It's not half. We're not ripping the country in half. We're ripping the country in sort of like I don't know what the hell's between 3/4 and a third.
Some 5/8.
Yeah, just the other night I ran across the fact that only 29% of the people in the country recognize themselves as Republican, who declare themselves Republican. Only 29% of our population. When they talk about Donnie's numbers, how he is so high in the Republican Party has shrunk and continues to shrink because there are
90% of 30% is not
enough,
much.
baby. It's enough if they're played in the right states. That's what's so scary about this. There are states that are solid, they can rely on, and then there are swing states. And they're concentrating those swing states. They're hitting them all the time. I just, every time it goes out or every time something happens, I just wish the left would start producing our own rallies. And I'm not talking about a political one, for one candidate. I'm talking about an American rising up.
Well, I think that's what's required. But I'm still not. And the thing is, it's got to be those people that have got that bully pulpit, the ones that are actually running.
Yes, and those that have recently dropped out. You are fighting for this country to become the president of this country. Just because you dropped out of the race doesn't mean you lost your voice. You have followers. You should be out there pumping them in the right direction to encourage the voters that were backing you, like Kamala Harris. She should be out there encouraging her people to march forward for the party because of the threat against our country that this man put in our house presents to us.
Well, that may be. You know what? That may be. We're letter writing campaigns and calls and all of this other stuff, and it's generally to, if we are lucky enough to have Democrats in our representing us in Washington. Some of us aren't. But I end up calling and sending cards a lot to the Republican ones trying to say, hey, come on, we have to fix this. And that's falling on deaf ears. I think that we have to go to the ones that are our allies and say, look, we need a standard bearer.
We need for them to step up.
We really do.
We need for them to step up. But I think when Nancy went out there today to make her news conference, what I think that she was trying to say is that, yes, this is going to encompass Ukraine, but we're also looking at this shit from the Mueller report too.
Yes.
And well, we should be.
And I do think that the impeachment process should be broadened to that.
Mm-hmm.
Because all roads
Agree.
lead
Every-
to
Russia.
and
Yes.
everything that this fucker has done has been to the benefit of his boss man.
Putin.
Yeah. I hear Keith's voice in
An
there.
incident.
Thank you, Keith.
Yes, sir. Checking you guys out. Loving the conversation.
Good. How you been doing, bud?
It's all good, bright and shiny.
Bright and shiny. Love to hear that up in Minnesota. Love to hear that. Anyway,
Sorry, you're cold up there.
how bad? How bad? It's this time of
48
year.
degrees is a heat wave.
40,
Holy shit.
42. You're basking in the sun, huh?
There ain't gonna be no ice fishing tonight.
No, nope, not. It'd be thin ice. Don't be walking out there on that shit. But anyway, President Trump sets his sights on GOP-led Senate as he comes to terms with impeachment. That's what the line says right there. Oh, look at there. Pompeo had off-the-books meeting with Republican donors in London this week. I wonder what he's doing over there.
Trying to get some allies.
I'm telling you, I don't trust a stinking one of them now. Pompeo, Barr, and I'll tell you what, that little comment he was making there at that interview he did, that just pissed me off. That tells you who you're dealing with there. It fits right in along with Stephen Miller's shit.
Which Barr? You talking about Barr? What
yes.
comment?
Well, he was being interviewed somewhere in front of a whole group of people and whatnot, and he was talking about maybe those communities that don't show respect and support to the police department, maybe they won't get the protection that they need. Sound like a threat to you?
And reward it.
Yeah, let's take away your First Amendment right to organize and to protest. Let's take that away and replace it with just it'll be a Mad Max world in that city. We just won't send cops into that city anymore. That's what he's saying. You want to see where this country could go? Watch who's in here. Look at Trump. Look at Stephen Miller. Look at Barr. Look at Pompeo. People are willing. These people, especially Pompeo, he had a resume going. He's CIA chief and all that shit. Honored his country, and now all of a sudden he gets in bed with this shit. Now look at him. He's gonna have to go back to Kansas and run for his seat back here. Take that shit back.
I was about to say, did you have to break the glass?
No,
Or what happened?
No, I don't like it sitting over here.
No, it's like having a Ouija board in your house. You just don't
like
want it anywhere
sitting
near
over
you.
here. But Pompeo thinks
Gotta
he's
wonder how come these assholes get so much airtime over what they call the mainstream media, but the Democrats won't step up and say anything.
I heard a discussion on progressive radio earlier about that, about the need, and it goes along with what I just said, the need for the Democrats to step up the pace, baby. Step up the pace. Do whatever, we have to come together, and we are going through an impeachment. There is serious things being discussed, and we have a party over there trying to make a mockery out of every turn. It needs to be pointed. That's how come every one of these people that have dropped out and other big supporters of the Democratic Party should start putting together rallies. Let's have a rally here. Let's have a rally there. Let's motivate the people. Let's inform the people straight out to them, because that's what he's doing when he has his little rallies, and he's been having them ever since he got in office.
Well, and that's the thing that a lot of them forget about. Remember that the changes that came from the Vietnam War, the changes that came from the environment, the changes that came from civil rights, they didn't come easy. They came from people making some fucking noise.
But if you want to know the reason why the Republicans keep backing him, is because he keeps giving them what they want. They want tax breaks. They want corporate regulations overturned.
Yes.
They want to be able to do whatever the hell they want to do.
They want to cut
with
people
the
off
products
food
and
stamps.
the people. And let's not forget the employees. You know, he's giving the Republicans what they want, and that's the reason why they keep backing his shit.
That's it.
That's the reason why
And they love their white
go
supremacy.
along.
Their white supremacy,
privilege.
their white privilege, their guns, these tangible things that they want to hold on to. And that's not the future. It's not the future. You're never going to have a pure white homeland. Just, you know, it's a disgusting thought to begin with. Just to start with that kind of thought in your head, you're a cockroach. You get out of here and go redeem yourself in some other
And you know what? It's not about just being a white person, because they don't give a shit whether you're white, black, purple,
No.
green, or whatever. It's if you got money or you don't. And
Yep.
if you don't have money and can contribute to Trump's society, then fuck you.
Yeah.
That's how
They
they
call-
feel about it.
They call you white trash. That's what
Yeah,
they call
they
it.
do.
And
Yeah.
they call
Yeah,
us
they do.
the brown word.
Well, they take that white trash. They encourage those people into the white supremacist groups, because you need soldiers. You need
Yeah.
you need somebody out there carrying it's stupid enough to carry a Nazi symbol right in front of him on a shield or some shit like that. Those idiots get it. That's who they're trying to. Right.
But Idiot Patrol in the Blue Room, she has been saying that for the longest. And every time she calls herself white trash, she gets in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they can call you white trash. But she can't call herself white trash.
Yeah, she got in trouble
What the
for
hell
that.
is up
I
with
think.
that? Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Is she in the blue room?
She's always in the blue room.
She's always in the blue room.
You know, John, you were just talking about that.
You know, whatever. I already paid for them because they don't do it in Delaware, so I already paid 3.5 years ago. Just ship me.
Hi.
Deborah, you made me
Hey, Deborah, you're on live.
You're ranting about something we don't even understand what you're talking about.
Hello, Deborah.
Hi, sweetie.
How are you doing, darling?
I'm okay.
Good, good. Got my blue dot angel up here on my tree, if you can see it. It's right there.
You know what? When I saw the video you made, and it was so wonderful, and I remember that, what was it, 2 years ago? And
Yeah.
you ended up with the angel on the tree. I was sitting here and I cried.
Oh, did you bawl?
Friggin' made
You
me-
was.
friggin' made-
Here, I
you
thought
made
you
me
was big old
cry.
tough shit. You gonna start crying over a little thing like that? Are you
You
shitting me?
just made
Come
me
on.
cry.
I'm
I
just
told you.
teasing you, baby. I'm teasing.
I'm an old kraut with a 10-foot pole.
I
man.
know you are, baby.
Frickin' made me cry.
I'm sorry. Blame it on Travis. He's the one that shot that video.
Oh my.
Yeah, it faded in, did.
all
I
your
remember
fault.
because it faded in kind of fuzzy and then came in focus and all that kind of stuff. You think I could do that? Shit. I'm lucky if I can point the camera in the right direction.
Well, I made those angels for years, and I sold them in the '90s at a church fair, because I used to run the church fair, and I made most of the crap.
That sounds like
and
corruption.
I would make those angels, and it was from a pattern I got online, and like I would finish one, put it on the little tree I made, and it would go on $4. I sold them, and
Yeah,
I said, you know,
they're
when
cute.
I got into the blue dots, I said, I need to find a blue dot, and and it has to be the perfect size. I went to Michael's, at least I have a store, and I said, I need the same size, and I found them, and I was so happy. I said, oh, I was so happy.
Leo,
to
don't you
find
have one?
that.
Don't you have a blue? Do you have a blue dot angel, Leo?
I do.
I thought you did. I think
Hangs up in my leather room. You can see it. It's behind me a good little bit, but it's hanging right there.
Well, ours usually hangs on the big tree out there in the living room, but since we put a tree up in here, I wanted to put it up in here so everybody could see it. but it
Well,
usually.
I don't know that we're going to put up a tree this year. I want to, but we've got so many changes in the house. I'm not exactly sure how well that's going to work out.
I'll take a. Oh,
There we go.
there you go.
Yeah, we just
Everybody
have-
wants to be a critic.
They're
Telling
happy
you about it.
about putting up a log tree they can fell.
Oh Lord, my tree's already up. I'll take a picture of it and put it online. It's beautiful again, and it has been for. We were trying to figure out that the other day.
I think you said
I'm
25
sorry,
years.
guys.
25 years now. 25 years, same tree. It was the first artificial tree I ever bought. I swore I'd never buy one. 25 years
I'll
ago.
go take a picture really quick and put it on the Discord.
All right, yeah, do that because I'm proud of it nowadays. It was an after Christmas sale, so I bought this tree after Christmas, and this is 25 years ago or so. And I was walking into some little store over here in Corpus, in a mall setting, and they were having an after Christmas sale, and this tree was sitting in there, and it didn't look like any other artificial tree I'd seen ever, and it looked real. It looked real when you got pretty well close to it, but and all that, and it was filled in, and so we bought it, and I think it cost me like I don't know. It was a very expensive tree, and it was on sale for like 120 bucks. 25 years ago, that was a lot of money for us.
If you got the same thing from 25 years ago,
I got my money's worth, baby.
Yeah.
And
Really.
Marcia has even come out and said, well, maybe we ought to get a new tree. But every time we dig the tree out and put it up, no, you can't find another one like it.
And they're expensive now.
You can't do a live tree down there.
I
My
can't.
sister in Florida, in Lower Florida, said, "Oh my God, they're all dead by the time you get."
Yeah, by the time Christmas rolls around, you got a tinderbox in your house is what you got.
Yep.
And
And
my,
when I still lived with my father in the 70s, he kept saying, "Well, why don't we just go, because they're too expensive. It cost me $20." And I'm like, "Daddy, I will get the tree. You bring an artificial tree in here, I will burn it." He goes, "Well, they're supposed to be fireproof." I said, "Trust me. Do I go downstairs and fire up a coal fire where you can't use anything but sticks and leaves, and it takes 8 hours for me to get the little hot water heater going. Real coal. I mean, not your little barbecue coal, real, actual, hard-ass coal. I am an arsonist that you will never find me. You will never prove anything." So I said, "I will get a real tree. I will get a real tree, and I will pay for the tree. I will pick it out. I will put it up. And damn it, I would do that every year." And he'd say, "Looks pretty." Except for the year when I had my car accident, I came home the day before Christmas, and I let him and his sister decorate the tree.
yeah, well,
And they kept checking on me. They kept checking my temperature to see if I said, "Do whatever you want." And because I'm picky about my tree. And I said, "Whatever you want." And they just kept checking my head and saying, "Are you sure she didn't hit her head? I know she's bad."
Everybody wonders that about you
Yeah.
anyway. So
I bet I broke my bottom teeth off.
holy shit, that's a solid whack.
John, I gotta run soon. There are two things I did want to point out.
What's that, Leo?
Did anybody see that? I think it was Candy Guidry. I don't remember, but had a post removed because it went against Facebook's community standards.
Yeah.
It was a Rachel Maddow video.
That's what I heard.
And
yeah,
the other thing is, we were talking before about why there isn't more noise coming from working people yet. Because they're afraid.
Yeah, he's concerned that if he keeps speaking, he's going to lose his job. Now that's a pitiful situation. And he's making what, $9.50 an hour, and they're going to retaliate against a man like that for using his voice and having his opinion. That's a lot of people face that. A lot of people have to hide their shit, not hide it. Just don't talk about it. Just don't, give a nice grin when they talk about him and walk away. Because their livelihood depends on it.
I love the fact that the woman on the bike who is photograph giving the finger
Yep.
to Trump's thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
She got
Fired.
elected.
She was fired. She said, "I'm running for office," and she got elected.
Yep,
Are you
that's what
fired?
what people, is, if you're so inclined, and that lady was, and she jumped right in the fray there, baby, and she won. I was very proud of that because, that one photograph highlighted her opinion perfectly, and I think it struck a chord, and I think it's gonna, I do. I'm still holding on to the thought that this man cannot get away with this shit, and that those in the Senate are going to change by some freaking miracle. Yeah. Maybe I need to take up religion and start praying for that. But that's all this time, I have counted on that. I have counted that there would be good people in the Senate, that when the evidence is right in front of them, they would not turn a blind eye to support a king. And the farther along in this we go, the more I am not certain of that anymore.
Well,
and I didn't think I'd ever see this shit in the history of my life.
There will not be backlash just for speaking out. We're going to have a problem with that.
Oh, I guess they'll get my ass
We've
in.
got to push back on that more than anything else.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. I'm so afraid of him. I'm so afraid of him.
Yeah, I don't either.
What?
I don't
He's
get
gonna
that.
call you a stupid third grade.
Yeah, he's what's he gonna
playground
make up
something?
a name on you? He's gonna make up some imaginary shit name.
Or sue you. Nunez is still trying to sue a fictionary cow.
Yeah, he's trying to sue Devin Nunes's cow.
What was it last week? Last week he said, "Oh, you just want pictures of the president naked."
Yeah, that shows you the idiocy of what the Republicans are the depth to which they're trying to go. They're just trying to get a naked picture of him. Anything they can throw out there, anything they can throw up against the wall, regardless of how ridiculous it sounds, they're going to throw it out there because there's going to be at least one or two of them minions out there that's going to go, "Yep, you hear about that? I heard it on the news. It must be true," and that's where that shit goes. It's just
Well, that's where we have to fight back. But folks, I got to run. I love all of yous.
All right, Leo. Take care of the new dog. I'm glad that Rachel has a new friend.
Valerie said goodnight to you.
Good night, Valerie. Take care of yourself, dear. Whack him in the head if he gets out of line now.
Okay.
All righty, baby.
Take care of those puppies.
Yep.
We'll cover all of it.
All right,
Night,
Leo.
guys.
Take care of yourself.
If you want 'em.
There you go.
I just thought of something really fun.
That was Leo Sahaki. You can find him on Biker Wisdom or Biker Wisdom and Thoughts. He uses his voice as does several others. So we appreciate him always stepping by. What were you going to say about that?
I
love them
I thought
so
of
much.
something very funny.
What's that?
The biggest users of the food stamps is in the Bible Belt area, from
Yes.
Kentucky clear up to here.
Oh yeah.
Okay, the jobs are deplorable in those areas. There's hardly any.
Well, let's make it real easy to understand for people. You see that big red swatch of red down there, Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, all that down there. Those are the biggest drawers on federal assistance, meaning food stamps and other federal social systems to help the poor. Those are the biggest users of those services, and most of the blue states are the ones that are paying. So every time you hear one of them red states bitching about the socialism of the left, hey, that socialism is getting food in your house. It's providing you a place to live, probably.
But John,
Yes,
here's
ma'am.
the funny part.
Huh. Ooh, the funny part.
750,000 people are going to be cut off because they live in areas that are depressed.
Yes.
The red states.
The red states.
His voting people.
It's that old thing. They vote against their own interest. It's not about.
Yeah.
It's not about the issues.
Yep.
They don't know anything about this. Half of them, I don't think. Especially the ones that are supporting him. The deplorables that Hillary spoke about. Those are the ones in that party that have taken over, and they don't give a shit about nothing. They don't see the issues. They read a bumper sticker. They hold their Bible, hold their gun, and you know, follow a bumper sticker. They don't
They don't know the Bible. They don't know the Bible.
Well, I said they carry it. They didn't. You know, they
I
don't.
take the Bible with a grain of salt because it was written by men.
Men.
Yep.
It was written by men, but I do.
300 years after.
That might have something to do with that line in there that women shall cleave unto their husbands. Sounds like a plan to me. Sounds like a plan they had.
I had 2 husbands and told them, yeah, well, you go home and pack your paper bags because everything in this house I own. And pack your paper bags, go back to your mommy.
Well, I've always told my
I said,
wife
I'm
one damn
leaving you.
thing. She leaves me, that's it. I'm packing up. I'm going with her.
Hey guys.
I'm going too, baby. Let's go.
Here from the blue state of Minnesota.
Yes, sir.
You know, yeah, we're taxed higher. Taxes are higher, but we're booming, we're thriving. And I'm sorry to say this, but when I see how some of the folks in the red states who love Trump are going to get hit by his cuts in their food, I say, oh, so sorry.
Yeah,
too bad for
what
you.
did you expect? You know, it befuddles all of us. It makes us all wonder, what the hell are y'all thinking? When you can't understand the cause and effect of a social net, a social program. You know, the need is there in areas where there are no jobs. Get a job, asshole. Yeah, where's one at? And it affects a lot of other things too, because in our society right now, in most places, if you go to fill out an application, and there's that little box down there, have you ever been convicted of a crime? Well, there's a whole lot of people that have been convicted of small minor crimes, and we try to teach them to come back in society, but we make it hard for them to get a job. Because we have in this our society a thought, well, you can't hire a convict. That guy's been in prison. Are you shitting me? These people are trying to redeem. Yes, they're trying to redeem themselves. It's when we fail them is when they turn back into a life that's going to get their ass back in prison, because society can't help them. We make that blockade out there. Oh, you were in prison, you can't get a job here. Sorry, go down the road. You hear that all over the place. Now you got no food, you got nothing. What are you going to do? You know, you're gonna go back to what you're going to go back to what you were doing to put food on the table.
Then you have what color are you, not what you know.
Mm-hmm.
If you get the Animal Planet and you watch Pit Bulls and Parolees, I mean, her husband, they were in California, and her husband, because he had 2 charges, and in third charge, you're done for life. But it wasn't his fault. It was one of the parolees.
Yeah, that law, the 3 strikes law, put a lot of people in prison.
She only hires ex-convicts to give them a chance.
Right.
And they help the dogs. And, you know, and I've watched shows with, you know, they bring in dogs for certain guys to train and live in their little 8x10 little tiny rooms like I'm sitting in right now. And that's it. And they train them and it's like, it gives an emotional, can you go in and I'm gonna be tough in this prison and I'm gonna record everything. No, you're full of shit. You had no idea. No idea. And
it gave them something to care about.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
you show them life on the outside and how you make your life better. This is what my sisters didn't know. They're like, oh, you're so snotty. Yeah, well, you know what? You know why I'm snotty and I wear designer suits? Because I'm the only one who didn't go out and find a husband and I got a career instead of waiting for some guy to. And I fought from the early 70s. I fought for my position and I fought for it and said, no, I'm sorry, you're wrong, you're an asshole, and I'm smarter than you. And I had to do that constantly, defend.
If you do a good job, you know, I've always said that. My work stands on its own merit. You can't talk shit about my work. If I do something, I'm going to do it right.
It was harder for me. It was harder for me.
Oh, I imagine it is on all women.
And all these years
As a
later,
woman.
50
Yes.
years later, it's still hard. 50 years later, I can't. I remember.
We're still,
fighting
you know,
for
that's
the
like I might
equal
say,
rights.
we have not hit that pinnacle yet. We have not got equal rights in this country for everybody. Women don't get paid the same as men or anything like that. There's still so many barriers that we see. Black women who are more prone to a fatality during childbirth or other complex issues with pregnancy and other things. It's again systemic racism within our own medical system. How a doctor responds to a black person other than wife cert. We've seen studies on this kind of stuff. So
But
we're
you know
never
what?
that.
The most important vote we have are the black women, especially in the South.
That is a large voting population right there.
I'm all with the sisters. I'm all with them.
Right on, sis.
They-
We need you.
Yeah,
We need sisters
Powerful.
of all colors down there.
that's it.
And we need women of all colors to stand up in this nation. Stand
Yes.
up. It's your children that he's
It's
taking
their
rights away
future you're
from
fighting
on a
for.
daily basis.
You know, a lot of us we're going to be lucky to see what happens at the end of this shit in the grand scheme of things. You know, 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, maybe 30 for some of us, I hope, or longer. It's not like when we were 20, where we really, you know, the future was all so rosy and we're going to make things better, which we did. But there was a certain part of our people of our generation that got hooked up with the Wolf of Wall Street kind of thing. Make my money. It's all about what you can get for you, and we lost a whole lot of what it means to be a republic, what it means to be a society, a benevolent society, one that takes care of itself, one that is a shining hill, a city on top of the hill, that kind of stuff. You know.
Yeah, the one that draws people
That's
for
right.
the streets of gold that they can do something.
And we were a beacon for that. And now
Yes.
instead of fighting corruption, we're teaching the Ukraine president, hey, you do this for us or you don't get squat. You know, what
And they keep thinking that Biden was the only one who wanted to get this prosecutor. Who
No,
wasn't
it was
prosecuting
all of
corrupt-
the
It was
European
NATO.
Union.
It was Europe.
Yeah.
It was a whole.
Yeah, everybody wanted this guy out. It had nothing to do with just Joe Biden. Joe Biden made the comment. Well, we told them we wouldn't give them money if they didn't get rid of this guy. And boy, howdy shit. Look, he's fired. He made that comment, which is a soundbite, which the Republicans are using as, look, he extorted them. No, you moron. Put it in context.
They have no defense. You listen to I've been listening for days and weeks, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe that's why I have headaches. It's either, the recurrence in my tongue or just the
Well, just take care of
headaches.
that.
Well, or just listening to this shit. So my friend's taking me to the hospital tomorrow to get my biopsy, and they've just knocked me out because, let me wake up because I have to update my will again. But just.
Do you remember
you're
the
not-
movie Greed is Good? Was it Kirk Douglas or one of the
Yeah, I'm
Isn't
familiar
that
with it.
what the Republicans are doing?
Yes. This is the offshoot of that. That falls right into the Republican mantra of get more money. They've always hidden under the guise of, oh, well, we're fiscally responsible. No, go look back at the graphs ever since Nixon. Hell, go back all the way to Nixon if you want. I was thinking about Reagan. Go back to Reagan, and you look at and look at the freaking gas. Every time the freaking Republicans are in, the deficit goes to shit, our debt goes to shit, and they walk out the door with a whole bunch of money complaining about, oh, look at the deficit. We can't do this. The debt is too high. The deficit, we're all this bullshit that they spout. It's nothing. They're the ones that cause it every freaking time. This wave that we're on right now was started by Obama. Look at the damn graph. Most of the gains in the market, in the job, all of it, started by Obama and still it is. This guy hasn't killed it yet, but he's trying. He's trying.
He's killing everything else Obama did. He's riding on this like he's all the reason for it.
He plays the market sometimes with comments, and it went over 28,000 the other day. Jesus,
the stock market
It's gonna
has
go.
nothing to do with the economy because most poor people who are going to be thrown off of food stamps and most people
Yeah.
are not invested in the
They're
stock
not vested
market.
in this. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not. That when they talk
And-
about the market, nowadays,
And
I
nothing to
almost
do
go
with
like,
it.
I don't give a shit. It's not doing a damn thing for me or anybody I know. But it would hurt a whole lot of people because a lot of people have their retirement vested in it, and that's the
Yeah.
poor part. But it's not that. I always say when the market dips, when the market takes a tumble, yeah, that 1%, yeah, they just pulled their money out, baby. They're
And
safe.
a lot of people and a lot of people don't have 401ks.
Yes. No, I ain't got one.
Because it's a
Shit, no.
voluntary thing. It's voluntary. You get into a 401k and they take a chunk out of your paycheck. If you can afford it, fine. And then I work for big corporations. I work for the phone company. I work for a big Equitable, and then AXA took over Equitable. These French guys took it over, and it's like you can have a choice of where you want to have guaranteed income. You want to do it in the stocks or this,
Yeah.
that, and the other thing.
Options. People have.
You need to pay attention to what you are investing in. The only
Yeah.
thing I have
I'm invested
in
in
the
this
stock
house.
market
That's
right
it.
now is a
It's
shitload
cake.
of money of Amazon.
It's everything I can do to kind of hold on to the only asset I have, this house. And
Yep.
you get to that point in life when you're getting old and shit. You look at yourself and say, well, damn, at least when I die, they can pay the house off. It's that, because that's the only way I'm ever going to pay the subbage off. It's there for the rest of my life. And
Talking to Andy when there was family everywhere in his he has like 5 acres with a bunch of houses on it,
Yeah.
and everybody lives around them. But there was a whole bunch of family that was visiting that weekend when I was there, so he would have his daughter drop him off at my campground, and we were talking. And he goes, well, I don't have this and that and a crappy house. And I said, but he goes, but everything's paid off. And I said, here's the thing,
Yeah.
everything is all paid for, and are you happy? He goes, yes. And I said, well, that's all you
there's
fucking
the
need.
important thing in life.
That's all you need.
There
That's all
are
you
so
need.
many of us that the money only becomes a problem when you don't have it. Any other time in our lives, and I'm talking probably for a whole lot of people, life doesn't suck. You don't have all the toys everybody's got. You don't have all the groceries that so and so's frying up steaks and you've got hamburger. That's the way life is sometimes. I don't hate upon my life, and I'm lucky as shit. I got a wife that's loved me for 42 freaking years and still haven't figured out why. I got 2 beautiful sons. We have been, I just don't
You
know.
know what, John? You know what? I've had some really great boyfriends, but the best boyfriend I ever had, he would look through and say, well, you're wearing something. I said, I'm not showing boobs. I don't have boobs. And he would just, I'm saying, don't ever tell me what to wear. Don't ever tell me. But he was a great guy, and I hope he has a great life. But
Well, that's what you
he
hope
was
for
the
anyway.
most lovable. He was a guy with the big beard, motorcycle guy, and drag races and all that. He was the best guy ever.
Well,
But
there you go.
don't ever tell me. I'm saying, you have a hot girlfriend. When I was hot, I said, you have a hot girlfriend and this and that. And because I know all our friends, and I'm saying, what?
Yeah.
What? If you're going to try to tell me what to wear and what to do, I'm taking your. How long do
I
you
hope
want to be my
everybody,
boyfriend?
that there's somebody
Every
out there for
other
everybody,
day.
but not it always doesn't work out that way.
Every other day, I said, how long do you want to be my boyfriend? We can break up right now.
Ultimatum. That's always helpful.
Cause I'm a hot bitch and I can find another guy.
Well, there you go. When you're that confident, I never was that confident. When I found Marcia, I considered myself pretty damn lucky, and she could cook. She's beautiful. She can cook. She's got a wonderful family. Hey, I like this shit. And she kept a very clean house. which for me at that time was a very important thing because my previous situation that was not the case. And
well, the guy showed up today, and with his little, he was gonna put little booties on his feet, not to walk over my carpet. And I said, "Look at my carpet. Look at my living room carpet. It's Susie Homemaker doesn't live here."
One of them. Well, that's what anyway. What?
Well, I have a sign that says, "It's clean enough to be happy. It's clean enough to be healthy, but dirty enough to be happy."
Well, it's lived in. That's what I always say. A house is lived in. You can't, I don't have maids, butlers. I don't have a staff running around waiting, do anything for me. They were in this little room. I have a family
They were in this little room. They were in this little room I'm in, and I said, "Oh, there's cobwebs," because you know what? Here's how you solve your cobweb problem. Just don't look up.
Yeah, don't look.
So I got on my sweater,
You're not there to
my
inspect the
sweater,
property. Get over there and do your job and get the hell out. That's,
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't look up.
And
they were laughing. I said, "You know what? Who cares?"
Yeah.
I mean, who really freaking cares?
Nobody cares, darling. Nobody should be inspecting your house. I don't go over to somebody's house and start inspecting their shit. I'm glad they invited me in the damn door.
I showed him my guest room. I said my guest room. I redid the guest room. I moved I changed different rooms because I have a little bubble. I call it a bubble wide.
Yeah.
Really quick, is Dennis still here? Because I need to call him out on something.
Uh-oh, Dennis, what'd you do, bub?
Dennis reminded me something very important. Yeah, Dennis ain't in trouble, but Dad's in trouble.
Oh, yeah, I'm always in trouble.
Why haven't you brought tamales yet? It's that time of year.
I just seen tamales go by. Did you see that on the
Yeah,
Discord?
Dennis shared the thing. It's
oh, no shit?
It's that time of year.
I looked for them yesterday.
I was looking at that.
I seen them too. As soon as somebody put them up there, oh, tamales. It's like squirrel to a dog. Oh, tamales.
Yeah, no, it got my
time
attention.
Of year.
Yeah.
It's that time of year,
Is give everybody free tamales and say vote blue.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Trump will be gone for sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. All you got to do is put tamales out there. Put a taco stand. I'm there every day. I was looking for my favorite tamale sellers. They usually park in a silver van way down 624 between here and town. So they park out in the middle of nowhere, but everybody knows what that silver van is that knows tamales. And I haven't seen them in the last few days, and I don't want to go broke before I see that van. I want to pick up some tamales. These are the best tamales, I'm telling you, anywhere I've been.
I wouldn't be surprised if you get some Rancho Tire Biter tamales pretty soon.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
We have a place in town that makes some tamales.
Yeah,
and she does that.
Yeah,
and she has the mild, the medium, the hot, and oh my God.
Yep, that's the ones I like. That
bring
one.
The oh my God.
Yeah,
on.
Bring me the oh my God ones home. Yeah, these people they do chicken.
I can't take it.
Yeah, chicken and then they have this one that's just bean and cheese, but it's so good, Bernadette. It really is. It's just bean and cheese.
Bernadette, Travis, In and Out.
Yep.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah. There's Bernadette. There you go. In and Out, baby. You back in? So we was discussing tamales.
You guys with the food porn because I gotta go cook some dinner.
Are you cooking? What are you cooking tonight? What are you cooking tonight?
The kid wants spaghetti, so that makes me whip out my homemade tomato paste.
Oh man, you kill me with that. You kill me with that. I would just love to taste that. I really would. It smacks of fresh because I've had it before.
If I tell you, it tastes like 50 tomatoes in your mouth.
That's what I love.
Awesome,
baby.
man.
And when tomatoes is a thing with me because I love tomatoes now. When I was younger, you could chase me down the road with a tomato. Didn't want anything to do with it. That thing looks nasty, all gooey and shit in the inside. I learned to like tomatoes when at a certain part of my life, as a young man, I got myself in trouble, ended up a place nobody wants to go to. And in this place, we did everything from grow our food, to raise the cattle, to everything else. And this one season, I was put on a crew to hoe the tomato fields, and we're talking lots of field, just tomatoes, just as far as you could freaking see. We harvest, they sold them, not just for us to eat. This place, was a production company back then. But that's where I learned to eat tomatoes at. In fact, all I had to do is sneak out some salt out of the chow hall. I was good to go out there, because sometimes you got hungry out there, man.
I was raised on tomato sandwich.
Tomato sandwich. That's what my wife did.
Fresh tomatoes, a couple slices of white bread, mayonnaise, and a lot of pepper.
Yep, that's what my wife does.
I like to add a slice of Walla Walla sweet onion to that.
Well, there you go. That's
Oh.
me. Like if I like one of my favorites, just fried potatoes and sausage, and
You guys are killing me.
with vermicelli, a big slice of onion and tomatoes sliced up, and I like.
Oh, Daddy grew tomatoes. Now we were in a house. It was my grandmother's aunt's house. So my great aunts. So
They grew tomatoes too.
Aunt Bertie and Grandpa were upstairs, and they converted the dining room with 2 sets of bunk beds for us 4 girls. But we had a backyard, and Daddy had he grew tomatoes, and he grew green beans, and we had. Now, here's the thing about rhubarb. You get rhubarb, you can't get that little red stuff. That's immature rhubarb. You need to wait years for it to grow humongous and those big green stalks, and you take it out and you just bite on it, and it just kills your mouth.
I'm about to have.
People put strawberries in it, say, ooh, because rhubarb's so tart.
Yeah.
No, we made rhubarb pie. Just
Miss Nomad's
rhubarb.
killing me. She put a thing up here. She says, I'm having buffalo steak, eggs, moose sausage, and bacon covered in sausage gravy and topped with Tabasco sauce.
See?
That's my
See,
kind
y'all
of
killing me. You're killing me. And, I'm
Got
like
me
sitting
with
here
the
so
Tabasco
hungry
sauce.
right now, man.
I have to buy Tabasco
actually-
sauce by the big old bottles.
I actually I tried the heirloom tomatoes for the first time a couple
Yeah.
months back.
They're
and
so
I
much
tell you
better.
what, I'm hooked on them. I am hooked on them. Now
Yeah, they-
Tabasco, I love Tabasco in recipes, but when it comes to hot sauce,
Yeah.
I want something that I could paint a barn with. If I wanted to paint that's my hot sauce right there.
Yeah,
There you go.
I limit
But
myself
when it comes,
to
because
Tabasco.
I put hot sauce on everything.
That's
Anything
what I
that
do.
I eat fried, it's gonna
There
have
you
hot
go.
sauce
Yeah,
on it.
and I
And
like
I
it
am
when
a
somebody
Southern
says,
man,
well, watch it, that's hot. Oh, yeah? You just
I'm
got
a
my
Southern
interest.
man, and I eat a lot of fried shit.
Yeah, that's us.
It
We
has hot
eat a
sauce.
lot of fried stuff,
Lu-
baby.
The Louisiana is my favorite.
Yeah.
Just I used to carry a little bottle
dude.
around of it.
Dude, I carry a bottle of hot sauce everywhere I go.
Hope y'all are enjoying the food porn portion of our show.
I was
Everybody.
telling Bernadette earlier today that I'm fixing to make Wayne a pot of paella.
Oh,
I told her I'd be there in 20 minutes.
A pot of what now? I'm sorry.
Paella.
Paella.
It's saffron rice,
Uh-huh.
chorizo sausage,
Okay.
chicken,
Yeah,
lobster,
I'm there.
shrimp,
I'm okay. I'm going.
clams, and if I can find it,
I'm there.
oysters.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm
This,
good. I'm
now,
there.
paella. I'm not. If I'm mistaken, I'm mistaken. But I know it's either a Portuguese or a Spanish dish.
Spanish.
Spanish.
Oh.
Okay, I knew it was one of those
I
two.
was married. My last husband was
I've
Cuban.
never had it.
Let me tell you what I ate. Damn.
Yeah, Cuban
I
food's
cook.
pretty
You
hot.
go
It's
shopping,
spicy.
You cook. There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
I like my food to have some spice into it. I like it to bite back. I want my
Hey,
mouth
John.
to go, whoo. What? When my eyelids start sweating. I'm
I am making a pot of gumbo for Christmas.
oh, kiss my butt. There's my weakness right there. There's my weakness right there. You put gumbo near me, I'm on it like Sting. Oh,
Hey,
man.
it's all about
Yeah.
the roux.
It is. It's all about the roux, baby.
It is all about the roux.
There are
and
100
the
different
little-
gumbos out there. It's whatever you have in the refrigerator, baby. Whatever you
You
have
gotta
handy,
have some of
You
those
can make
little
gumbo.
dried shrimp
Yeah,
for
that's it.
flavor.
Oh man,
A little dried shrimp.
I
Bernadette,
Yes, ma'am.
didn't you say your dad was from Mississippi?
I did.
Well, see there.
So
there
it's
you go.
a Mississippi. You got
Yeah,
that right,
you-
girl.
you
You're
know
gonna
what-
have the right.
You know what
chef.
that gumbo's supposed
Yes.
to be. Yeah.
I got
Yes,
questions there,
sir.
John.
What's that, Dennis?
Okay.
Okay.
Let me be clear. I'm
Okay.
not asking for a clear answer as far
Okay.
as
So I can pull
just
anything out of my
where-
butt.
out of the candidates, who do you think is leading right now? Not asking who your pick is, because I would never do that. But
know-
who do you think right now is the headline?
Well, you know, we
That's
have.
a good question.
What's that, Keith?
That's a good question.
Who is in the lead? You know, I see. You know, I'm nervous that nobody is stepping up. You know, Biden is still up there. He still holds a good percentage. Warren is still holding her own. The one that's risen up is Buttigieg. And
I want to hear about, when I put out that video about, Donnie says I'm getting reelected, and it'll be a fun project to cut Social Security and Medicare, and now he wants to put it in the 2020 budget. So I want them to talk about that. I want them to talk about other things than, let's get rid of Donnie. I want them to talk about important shit
Well,
that we actually need.
I think most debates have tried to concentrate on a lot of those issues, the kitchen table issues that every family faces, which is the biggest things that you're facing in your life. And again,
I want to see a candidate come out and call Trump on his fucking bullshit.
Yeah, you know, we need that. We need a bold. I want. I hate to say what I want. I
somebody
want a
that's
fucking
got
progressive
balls.
candidate that is going to push the country farther than it's ever been. That's what I want. I had it when I was a kid. John Kennedy. We're going to go to the moon. I want that guy. I want that guy to
Excuse
come
me?
forth. That woman, whoever it is, to challenge this
Bernadette.
nation.
John,
Huh.
I gotta tell you, we have a guest in the chat room. He is the Picasso of resistance.
I see
Mr.
Thomas Morgan in there. I
is
was
in the
just going to say
house.
something. He says, Thomas Morgan watching
Hello.
from Cardiff by the Sea in California. And baby, do yourself a favor. Google Cardiff by the Sea images. Man, I'm telling you, looks like paradise to me, baby. And as a matter of fact, if I go over to my mail, Thomas just sent us some work. And one of them, I've already got it in my mind that he sent me. I wish you could put it up on there. Can you do that?
Yeah, let me try. I got a lot of things going on right here at the moment.
Okay.
You got my screen over here, don't forget. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about on my screen if I can get it to come up. I love Thomas Morgan's work. I would love to sit there and watch him as he paints. And it just it does. I got it. I don't even have to search for it. It's on that page right there. Here's the one right here. There's three in this group.
Beautiful artwork.
Oh, he does. It's amazing. Not only his watercolors on political things. If you see his illustrations on whales on stuff like that, it is just so intricate. You see this right here?
It's kind of a message. It
This
gives
one.
a subtle message.
Not that one. This one. Right here.
I'll try my best here.
He just a watercolor of people laughing, and that's in the news, ain't it? That world leaders laugh at our president, and I'm writing something in my head that I want to go with that, what he just sent me, and I'll tell you what. I've already broached the subject because several people asked me, is his art for sale? I believe it is. I don't know. You'd have to talk to Thomas Morgan. Y'all can contact him by email at extremeolddog@gmail.com. Ain't it Gmail? I think it's Gmail.
I have to remember because I'm having trouble logging into the account. So again, give me a minute here. And don't get distracted.
It's Gmail. extremeolddog@gmail.com. If you're interested in his work, I guess.
And
you could
I
ask
want to
him
hear what
directly.
Dennis has to say, because I don't think you
Who
ever
cares
quite
what
answered.
Dennis has said?
Yeah, well, you didn't quite answer his question either.
I'm sorry. No, I
want
didn't.
to clean up my statement real quick because I see the conversation's kind of straying a little bit. I brought it up to get John's opinion. I don't want to get people heated over whoever their pick is.
Right.
Obviously, people are going to pick whoever speaks to them personally.
Right.
And they're going to support that. But in the end result is we want Trump out.
That's the key right there. The bottom line.
Yes, sir.
I'm waiting to get excited about one of them. You know, I really am. I hate to say that because I should be more excited about our field right now than I am. But you know, Biden's got a whole lot of problems with this whole thing, the Ukraine shit. Regardless of whether it's true, not true, anything, it's a big impact on his numbers. And it's something that the Republican Party is going to try their best to use as a stick to beat the shit out of him. Yeah. And I like Elizabeth Warren. I think she's got a lot of, but she's bold, and you know, that's what I'm kind of looking for. I'm looking for somebody to be bold.
I've liked her from day one because she immediately came out with a plan. I'm announcing my candidacy, and I have a plan, and this is a problem. This is how I'm going to fix it. And being a corporate bitch, I know that when you come to your boss with a problem, you better have some kind of idea for a solution. You can't just say, we, and then say,
well, I don't.
You're doing that. And she came out. I don't believe in Medicare for all because there are people who are going to say, no, I like my stuff and I like this, and I think you have to have a choice. So that's a great idea. Everybody gets healthier, but you have to still have a choice. You still have to have a choice.
I want to see us move to universal health care for all. It's what every civilized nation. Go ahead, Dennis.
Eventually,
I want to comment on that.
But not
if
immediately.
If we get Medicare for all, that doesn't mean private insurance is going to go away.
No. If you want to keep your insurance, there's not going to be a law that says that you have to give up your insurance. I want to get back on this subject because Dawn over here is trying to mess with me. Where do I think where Dawn go? Anyway, we're playing the Bears tonight, Cowboys and Bears. She's kind of rubbing it in like the Bears are going to win. Gee, Dawn.
Probably.
Nothing like poking me.
Well, yeah, honey, you know what, John, you know how much I love you, but, you know, every time somebody plays the Cowboys and I say, well, I hate this other team, but, you know what,
Oh, they do it just to taunt me. She's doing it just to
I'm a
taunt me.
Giants fan.
Yeah, the Cowboys could win tonight.
They could.
So, I mean, the Bears suck just as much as the Cowboys do right now. So
well,
I mean,
I'm hoping on that. I'm hoping on that, but
I mean, I'm not saying that to be.
My wife is tickled
the
shit. The Texans beat the Patriots. Houston beat the Patriots, and she just baby, she's all pumped up.
I will root for anybody who beats the Patriots. I had to work with people from Boston, and you know what? Not all Boston people are bad, but the people
we love our Boston people. We got beautiful people up in Boston. That's Donna Bonacosi's up there. Karen Cormier is up in Maine. There's a lot of people up in New England. Our heart just is in our hearts up there. No, I was just making fun.
With the phone company breakup, New York and New England, you know, the baby bells had to reunite and say, oh, now you have to run a real phone company. So that's where NYNEX was born. New York, New England, and the X Factor. And they tried. I said, oh, the X Factor is you have to run a real freaking phone company without calling on your mama. So, and then obnoxious. Do you do any? Well, that was in the computer world, and I'm like, yeah. And then the '86 Nets beat the shit out of them. We're like, yes,
everybody's got their favorite team, and I want everybody to.
This girl from Boston happened to be in our house at the time. She's going on about Boston. We're like, yeah, really? She came back to work in our house the next day, and we said,
Can
go
you put
back
it up
to
there?
go back to Boston. Bye, bye, Felicia.
Hey.
Who left? Oh, I heard bye, Felicia. I didn't know Felicia was in the room. I'm sorry, I was distracted momentarily.
No, it was before. Bye,
You
Felicia,
saw the
but
painting that.
We need to
basically
say
told
bye,
her to get out.
Felicia, to Trump's dumbass. Bye, Felicia.
Yeah. Well, that's what that's what Biden acts like he wants to get on the stage and punch him in the mouth. Basically, that's what I want. I want somebody on that stage that is going to tell him exactly what it is. That's going to call him out for the liar that he is, and for the con man, for his disgraceful behavior, the fact that he's made this country a laughing stock of the world with his bullshit. They laugh
I'd love
at
to
his
see
ass.
Bernie go against Trump.
Huh?
Hillary did that with the last debate.
Yeah.
She goes puppet. And you go, I'm not a puppet. And you puppet.
Well,
and puppet.
Donnie had a lot of help getting elected that time by the Russians. This time he's trying to get the same thing out of a story from Ukraine. It doesn't have to have that Ukraine is going to meddle. They just need a big story over there saying that they meddled last time, which will distract a whole lot of people and go, oh, look, yeah, there it is. I'm not voting for them people. I'm voting for Donnie. That's the kind of bullshit that they're trying to swing on this shit.
This comes up 3 years later. 3 years later.
The Republicans investigated this back in 2017, I think it was, or something like that. The Republicans still had the House. Maybe it was earlier than that. I can't remember. They had a committee that investigated the whole thing, found nothing. There's never been anything found illegally done. And as I've stated before, does it look good that Joe Biden's son is on the phone board? No, to the regular Joe on the street, no, it doesn't look right. But we know we've seen it a whole lot throughout history. And if the man got his job and he was paid correctly and all of that, who am I to say anything about it? I am.
You know what?
I want to question Ivanka.
Joe Biden's son sitting on on the board of a foreign country is a hell of a lot better than Ivanka going over to China and getting fucking patents for voting machines. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Or how about Damien from The Omen, Jared Kushner,
that's the guy,
being buddy with Mohammed bin Slice and Dice.
They got a relationship going on. You talk about a love affair there. And I don't have to.
Mitch McConnell has investors. He invested in
Mitch McConnell needs to get his ass voted out. I want Kentucky to stand up and throw that man out of your house, because he is a disgrace. There is so much legislation sitting at the feet of Mitch McConnell that he is sitting on. He acts like a king. He is the potentate. He will decide what goes to the floor and what doesn't. It's not the American will. It's what it's what
Mitch
Mitch is.
McConnell, Moscow Mitch,
That's
Oleg's bitch. Let's not forget Oleg Deripaska, the guy behind all the Russian shit, is in Kentucky building an aluminum plant so he can take over a whole entire town and have a whole bunch of workers to make him aluminum.
Yep.
And Mitch McConnell and his little
jobs,
Chinese
baby.
wife gave it to him.
Building jobs.
And
Yes.
Oleg bitch.
And my
there's my baby.
And my best friend here. Actually, I met her at the closing for my old trailer because she bought it. I met her at the closing, and she's my best friend. But when with the election, she said, "Oh, Benghazi," and I said,
Yeah, well, anybody brings up the Benghazi shit, tell them to kiss your ass.
I said,
That's just the first thing to do, because that's just bullshit.
She's coming with me tomorrow because I need a driver to drive me home from.
If she's still on that shit, tell her to drive and shut her mouth.
But
you
I
can't put up
saved-
with that kind of lie shit.
I saved the Rachel Maddow thing that I think Kathy Larkin posted up about what did Obama do, all the things that Obama got passed, because Mitch McConnell said as soon as Obama got elected, he decided, that's his word, he decided to block everything.
Mitch McConnell stepped up right after the Obama election, said he's going to hold him to a one term. They're going to block everything he did. Little did he know that Obama was a very popular man, ended up with 2 terms, and shoved it up his ass, regardless of the fact that Mitch has, they robbed us. They robbed us of a Supreme Court pick because of their shit. You know, the Republican Party has been doing this for a damn long time. That's what I want. I want somebody who is going to shove it up their ass like they've been shoving it up our butt for years.
Amen.
I don't want
McConnell has 400 bills on his desk that need to be signed.
That's it.
But would it do nothing to
And he
him?
refuses, and he gives them, the do nothing Dems. The Dems are doing their job. It's the Republicans that have been obstructionists for years. For whatever freaking reason that they're getting paid by somebody evidently, but it's not because they're upholding the American way, because it's not. It's corporate America over there on that side, baby. It's fascism. If they could get away with it, they'll do away with every damn regulation, make it to where they could make your kid work all 14 hours a day for minimum wage or less. You know, that's we said it this evening. Richard Anderson up there, he wants to use his voice, but he's fearful of his job. The only job that he's got up there. It's not a great paying job, but he's got to pay the bills. You know, it's sad when people are penalized for using their voice. I feel like I have been many times already doing this. Tough shit. You know, I'm locked into this crap. I'll die saying this stuff. I have never seen my country so screwed up as it is, so embarrassed as it is right now. I've never seen this in my life. A disgraceful, dishonest, lying president. One that boldly lies every day. You know, China called. They're begging for a deal. No, they didn't. The Taliban didn't call you. You don't do shit. You watch TV and eat chicken. That's what you do. People laugh at your ass because anybody asks you a question, we got to listen to 40 minutes of dribble. That's why they laugh at his ass.
Don't forget the hamburgers.
Yes, get them hamburgers.
And well, listening to that, John, and this is what really gets me going, because I'm a military brat. My father, my grandfather, a few of my uncles, all served, and I mean they bled. My uncle has a Purple Heart, and all these people have spent their life supporting a country they believed in, and it's like a knife to the back.
It is.
This is what their blood paid for.
This goes beyond. You know, that's what I say. Do I hate him? Hell yes, I hate him. For a myriad of reasons, a whole bunch of reasons. Give you a whole freaking list of reasons. That's not why I want him impeached. It's not why I want him removed. Just because I hate it. Hell, I hated George W. Hated his ass taking us into Iraq. That just crossed the line, baby. And look what it took us to. Everybody in my around my circle knew what that was going to do. We're going to be tied up in this shit forever. And guess what? Well, we're still there.
Still there.
You know. But this man, the draft dodging coward who brags that he didn't pay taxes, he shit on this country his whole freaking life like a leech. He sucked it dry as much as he could, sued everybody he could, or forced anybody else to take him to court, tied up in litigation forever. He's an asshole from the word go, an immoral asshole with 3 wives, 5 kids. In the religious right went nuts over this guy, the guy that said grab him by the pussy, the guy that just is so disgusting, has been charged with so many violations by women. It's ridiculous. That's the guy that they hold on to. Bullshit. I call bullshit on your religion if you do that. Don't tell me you're a Christian and support this man. That's not. They're opposites.
I'm a Christian and I'm ashamed. You know what? He's made me ashamed to be a Christian. He's made me ashamed to be a.
He has challenged the Christian's faith, and those that still stand with this man I feel, are violating their faith. If you are a religious person and you believe in the Bible and all of that stuff, the whole story, the whole 9 yards, I'm happy for you. But stand this man, this dick in our house, up against what the morals that your religion teaches you. And tell me that is the man. And don't make up some bullshit about some ancient king who God used to do in mysterious ways to help the poor people, the Jewish faith. It doesn't stand. This guy isn't in it for anything except money, and God ain't working in no mysterious ways with his ass. If anybody is, if you believe in religion, it's the devil working through this man. And if you can't see that, we all worry about you.
Every religion has its crazies, but every religion, Christian, Jewish, Islam, they're all peaceful.
If you're in the Christian faith and you're following something called the prosperity thing, you're screwed.
Every year, my church and my old brain. Down the street, we have a Jewish. We get it together.
We need to coexist. There are many faiths, and we all
to clean up the thing. In my church, we have the Muslims and the Jews come in, and we have a big community room, and we all get together once a year, and we have a community meeting with the Muslims, Islam, and Jews and Christians, and we all
need
get
to look at
together
everybody as your fellow human being. That's what we do.
We all believe in the same thing. We all believe in the same
thing. You all get to the same place. It's just different directions on how to get there, I guess. But whatever your faith is, whatever it is, I'm sure it teaches you the same thing that we like to implant in everybody's mind: goodwill, peace towards men. If that's what your religion, if it's not that, I think you're misinterpreting the religion. It's not telling you go out and kill and blow up the world and all that bullshit. Is to treat your fellow man kindly. Treat him as you would like to be treated. It's not a big concept. It's not a difficult concept. Every day, every one of us is faced with little things, little tiny things that we do that make us feel better. In my case, I like to give the dollar to the guy on the street if he's a panhandler. And the guy behind me is honking, pissed off because I stopped. Kiss my ass. I did it because I like to do that. If it's in my pocket, I want to give it to him. He's in worse shape than I am, and I'm in bad shape. So what kind of shape's he in? That kind of story.
I have to write this down. An experience in the old Grand Central Terminal. Grand Central Terminal. Yeah, there's a subway station like 2-3 stories down. The terminal. Before they redid it and made it like all foofy and stuff.
Yeah, all foofy and stuff.
The Grand Central Terminal. I went to the bathroom. I'm hanging out at a bar. I went to the old freezing bathroom. This woman had almost a t-shirt and thin pants. It was freezing in there because I had to pee, and she was walking around like she was like the attendant. And okay, and I know she was homeless. So and I said, "Oh my God, this woman! You can see your breath in this bathroom." So I had a 5 and a 20 in my pocket. So I said, "I'm just gonna grab out a bill, one of my bills, whichever one comes out." And the $5 came out, and I was kind of pissed. I was kind of pissed it was a $5 bill because she showed me her friend who was sitting in the entrance. She was bundled up. Her eyes were bugging out of her head. She was so depraved and so terrible. This woman was, but this woman had almost no clothes on, with their breath in that.
I know it. The situations like that just tuck your heart away.
Look, she gave us $5, and I just cried.
Yeah, it touched your heartstrings, baby. As well it should.
I said, "Oh my God, I wish I put out 20." It was so sad. She gave all her clothes to her friend.
I just say we should do what we can. If we can just do what we can all through our life, it makes your life better. It makes somebody else's life better. I don't see a big problem with that. It's petty issues when they start talking anything else than just helping who you can help. What else are we here for? Just to make a bunch of money and flip the bird to everybody else and say, "Look what I got"? That's not it. It's just not. If you look around, if you've been places in this world where you've seen abject poverty just so bad, if it doesn't touch your heart, you're just stone cold. And I don't want to live like that. I don't. I'll keep doing whatever my little way is. Anyway, I see the names have been going by, and I guess we ought to wrap up for the evening. I want to thank everybody that came into the room tonight. Deborah, thank you very much for coming in. And Catman, Keith, buddy. We're glad you're
sir.
there.
Hey, yeah, can I hit you with a quick thought?
Nope, can't do that. I'm out of thoughts, bub. No, go ahead. Just, go ahead.
Check it.
Go ahead,
Check this.
boyfriend.
What?
Ronald Reagan supported stock market, Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
The economy, normal people went down. Jimmy Carter came into the office. Wall Street went down a little bit, but the people of the country lived better.
Yes.
George Walker came into office. The people, money went down. Wall Street was doing just fine. Clinton came into office. He taxed Wall Street more. The people went better. George Walker Bush comes
George
into
W.
office, gives 1-point-something trillion to Wall Street. They're happy. What happened to the people?
They got
Obama
broke. We went into a recession.
Obama comes into the market, or into the
Inherited
presidency,
a terrible situation.
and corrected things where we were prospering again.
Yes.
Now we got the Trump. What is happening? Wall Street is doing good. They got $1.5 trillion in their pocket
Yes, they do.
to give each other.
Waltzing
What
to the
are they
bank, baby.
giving to the people?
It's
Now,
not down here.
The hypocritical thing is, with this Republican, they demanded impeachment because Obama did not supply his birth certificate long form.
Oh, they
But the Trump does not even have to show his tax returns. Are
Yep.
you kidding me?
the tax thing I'm hoping is going to come to an end pretty soon. I mean, it's already at the Supreme Court level. You know, it's already. Well, I don't know if the court is addressing it yet. It's past the last appeal, so his only recourse is the Supreme Court, and I don't think the Supreme Court's going to take it up. I really don't. It would be embarrassing if they did, or did they?
He's
I
so
can't remember.
desperate that if he don't get reelected, New York's got his ass because he has been. I worked in New York during the 80s and 90s. I worked in Manhattan, and I told this one guy today, okay, I said, ooh, I said, you like the TV show, you asshole, but you know what? Guaranteed, if he even walked down Fifth Avenue, or could shoot anybody on Fifth Avenue, I said, if he even showed his face on Fifth Avenue, he would be immediately jumped and beaten to a spit mark on the sidewalk.
Well,
you know what? You ain't lived until you see the homeless man drop his drawers and poop on the sidewalk in front of my 3-inch high heels and my designer suit in the middle of Times Square. You ain't lived, dudes. And now I walk through Times Square and I'm saying, oh my God, it doesn't smell anymore and there's no more porno. And now I'm waiting for it's a small world coming from speakers anywhere, and I will buy a gun and shoot all those speakers.
Well, let's don't do that. Let's don't do that. Let's go back to let's love everybody. And besides that, I'm going to have to go run pretty soon because Dawn got reinforces, and Michael Busain's out there. He's on me too. The Bears are going to win, and they're picking on me, and I'm feeling sad. So it's their fault, not mine. It's their fault. They're making fun of my team. I'm like, Dawn,
you said that, I'm going to have to watch.
I know they are playing. I don't have a whole lot of hopes. I love my team. I'm still waiting it to return to its glory days one of these days, and so yeah, I hadn't even really noticed so much that they were even playing tonight. Really. Anyway.
The Cowboys are going to win, John.
Yeah, that's right. They're going to win. Yeah. Phooey on y'all.
Remember that. You got one.
That's right. I got Velda, baby. She's with me. All others might turn against me like Judas in the pack. I'm telling you. Judas.
There's one thing I need to tell you that I'm getting a biopsy on my tongue.
I heard about that, yes.
Tomorrow.
So.
And if whatever they said, you got to go to this because they don't do it in Lower Slower, Delaware. and they said if you have to go to like Pennsylvania or Baltimore, and I said, and then operation and whatever they have to do to me. My friend says she'll move into my house, and this is the woman that bought my old trailer, and we're still friends even though she says Benghazi. She'll stay in my house and take care of my dog, so it doesn't cost me a shitload of money.
Well, that's just take care of yourself. Do what the doctor says.
If I'm in the hospital for like 7 days, you know what? I'm a pissy ass bitch. I'm telling you, I'm a pissy ass bitch.
Yeah. Hopefully they got big orderlies there at the hospital. They'll hold you down. Give them help.
Yeah, they better be.
I'm sure you will.
And they have to be cute, man.
Well, of course they will be. They'll be so nice. You'll just be lulled into a sense of confidence, and everything was just going to go just fine. They're all going to be flirting with your ass anyway, so you know how it is.
I left my husband in 2005. Do you have any idea how thirsty I am?
Well, thank you.
Cowboys are cool.
Yeah. I'm telling you. There's no love at all,
John,
baby. I'm
I
feeling
love you.
depressed. Yeah, thank you, Velda, baby. Hold
I
on to
love
us.
you.
It's us against the world, darling. I'm telling you.
Yes,
Dad, we are at 2 hours now.
We're at 2 hours.
We gotta go.
We have to go, people. I appreciate everybody, even the cowboy haters. I love you, baby, every one of you. We'll see what happens tonight. We'll see. Semper Fi, my friend Keith. Hoorah. For the rest of our moderators, Bernadette, Dennis, and Velda, thank you so much for coming in and helping the show out and providing so much. Deborah, again, take care of yourself. Take the doctor's orders and do what he says. SC, buddy, thank you very much.
Good to be here.
We also want to thank Catwoman for showing up earlier in the show, too.
Catwoman earlier was in the show, so we appreciate her coming by.
Biker Leo
was also in the show.
And Biker Leo. And
Catwoman, do I have a new girlfriend?
I believe you do.
Yes.
Go check it out, buddy. I'm telling you.
Yes.
I'm telling you. All right. Y'all have a good night. Tomorrow's Friday. You know what it means. Get the beer and bud ready, baby. I'll have a rant. I'm sure there's going to be something that's going to be pissing me off because I already have a list in my head anyway. Anyway, y'all take care. We want to thank all our Patreon members and those that support the show in so many different ways. You're the reason we still have a show, so we appreciate it very much. And y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all later.